All right, let's kick off another deep dive. Today we're focusing on home remedies for that, like healthy, radiant skin.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, some listeners sent in articles from Healthline and Medical News today. Seems like they want to ditch the fancy products and try like a more DIY approach. So let's see what these articles say.
It's interesting. Both sources actually start by talking about how like a holistic approach is super important.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's not just about what you put on your skin. It's about, taking care of your whole body from the inside out.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So it's about nourishing ourselves from within.
Exactly.
Oh.
And both of them talk about hydration, like right away.
Hydration.
Yeah. Healthline says we should drink plenty of water, obviously, but also moisturize right after we wash our faces.
Oh, to lock in the moisture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Medical News today actually goes into more detail, suggesting we use emollients.
Emollients.
Yeah, those things that form like a protective layer on your skin and prevent water loss.
Oh, okay. So they help keep the moisture in.
Exactly. They're like tiny little shields for your skin.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
It's all about protecting that moisture barrier.
Huh. So it's like building a fortress for our skin.
Precisely.
Wow. Okay, so hydration is key. What else?
Well, diet's super important too. Both sources talk about that.
Oh, okay. So what should we be eating?
Well, Healthline suggests, the usual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fruits, veggies, healthy fats.
Makes sense.
But Medical News today, get this, they suggest drinking milk.
Milk? Really?
Yeah, apparently it has these things called phospholipids, which can actually help strengthen your skin's barrier.
I've never heard of that. So milk for glowing skin. Interesting.
Right. Like, who knew?
It's funny how these like everyday ingredients can actually make a difference.
It is, yeah. It's all about understanding what they do and how they affect our skin.
Totally. And speaking of everyday ingredients, both articles mention natural oils, but it seems like they have their favorites.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So which ones do they like?
Well, Healthline is a big fan of coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
Yeah, they say it's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and it can even help heal your skin. They even mentioned a study where coconut oil was actually better at moisturizing than mineral oil.
Wow. So it's not just hype, there's actual science behind it.
Exactly. But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh.
Medical News today really emphasizes sunflower seed oil.
Sunflower seed oil. Okay.
Yeah, apparently it's great for maintaining your skin's barrier.
Huh. Interesting.
And get this, they actually found that olive oil can damage your skin's barrier.
Wait, what? Olive oil? But it's supposed to be good for you.
I know, right? It's a reminder that not all natural oils are created equal.
Wow, that's good to know. So coconut oil and sunflower seed oil are good. Olive oil is out. Got it.
Exactly. It's all about doing your research.
Makes sense. Okay, so before we go crazy with all these oils, what about other ingredients?
Well, both articles recommend another one that's great for glowing skin.
Okay, which one?
Aloe vera.
Aloe vera. Ah, yeah, good old aloe vera. It's like the go-to for sunburns, right?
Exactly, and for good reason. It's super healing and can actually stimulate new cell growth.
No way, really?
Yeah, Healthline talks about how it moisturizes without clogging your pores.
Oh, that's good.
And Medical News today even has this cool tip.
What tip?
They suggest putting aloe vera on any dry areas and then covering them with socks or gloves overnight.
Oh, wow. Like an intense hydration treatment.
Exactly, like a little DIY spa treatment.
I love that. Okay, but with all these natural remedies, is there anything we need to be careful about?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Both sources say it's super important to do a patch test before you put anything new on your face.
Oh, right, to check for allergies.
Exactly. Just put a little bit on your arm and see how your skin reacts. Better safe than sorry, right?
Totally. Safety first. Okay, so we've talked about hydration, diet, oils, and aloe vera. What else is there?
Well, both articles have some more interesting remedies.
Really? Like what?
Well, Medical News today talks about oatmeal baths.
Oatmeal baths. Like for your skin.
Yeah. They say it's great for soothing, dry, irritated skin.
Oh, that sounds nice. It's like going back to childhood, but with skincare benefits.
Exactly. And honey gets a mention too.
Honey?
Yeah, they say it's moisturizing, healing, and anti-inflammatory.
Huh, interesting. So you can just put honey on your face.
Well, Medical News today suggests using it as a face mask.
Oh, okay. I love honey, so any excuse to use it, right?
Right. And it's amazing to think that these simple natural ingredients can be so good for your skin.
I know. It's like we're rediscovering ancient beauty secrets or something.
Totally. But even with all these natural remedies, we can't forget about protecting our skin, too.
Oh, right, like from the sun.
Exactly. Healthline really emphasizes using sunscreen every day.
Yeah, sunscreen is a must.
Definitely. It helps prevent skin cancer and keeps your skin looking younger for longer.
Good point. Did they say anything about other things that might affect our skin?
Yeah. Healthline mentions that we should avoid smoke.
Oh, right, like cigarette smoke.
Yeah, both first-hand and second-hand smoke can actually damage your skin cells.
I didn't know that. So it's not just about what we put on our skin, but also about the environments we're in.
Exactly. It all goes back to that holistic approach, right?
Totally. And speaking of a holistic approach, there's one more thing that often gets overlooked when it comes to skincare.
Oh, what's that?
The connection between our gut health and our skin.
Oh, yeah. Gut health is so important for everything.
Exactly. Healthline talked about how probiotics can actually help you get that radiant glow.
Probiotics? Really? I know they're good for your gut, but I never thought about them for my skin.
Right. It's a fascinating connection.
It is, and definitely worth exploring further. So, probiotics for glowing skin. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, tell me more about that. I know probiotics are good for your gut, but I never connected it to skincare.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty new area of research. But basically, the idea is that a healthy gut microbiome, all those bacteria living in our digestive system, can actually make our skin look better.
Wait, so the bacteria in our gut can affect our skin? That's wild.
It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And there's research that shows certain probiotics, like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains, can help reduce inflammation in the body, and that includes the skin.
Oh, okay. So that could help with things like acne or eczema.
Exactly, and even rosacea.
Wow, so by taking care of our gut, we're actually helping our skin too.
Exactly. It's another piece of that holistic puzzle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really shows how connected everything is in our bodies. So with all these potential benefits, how do we actually get more probiotics?
Well, you can eat foods that are rich in probiotics,
Oh, okay, like what?
like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, things like that.
Love yogurt.
Yeah, or you can take probiotic supplements if you want a more concentrated dose.
Oh, okay. So we've got probiotics working from the inside, and then all those topical remedies we talked about, like coconut oil and aloe vera working from the outside.
Exactly. It's like a double whammy for glowing skin.
I like it. It's like a natural skincare arsenal. But before we get too excited about all these new things to try, we should probably mention that everyone's skin is different, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. What works for one person might not work for another.
Right, so it's important to figure out what works best for you.
Exactly. That's where personalized skincare comes in. It's about understanding your skin type, your concerns, and even your genes.
Oh, genes. You mentioned that before. How do our genes affect our skin?
Well, think of it this way. Your genes are like the blueprint for your skin. They determine its structure, its function, and how it responds to things like the sun, pollution, and even the products you use.
So if my mom has oily skin, does that mean I'll definitely have oily skin too?
It might make you more prone to it, but it's not a guarantee. Your genes play a role, but so do your lifestyle, your diet, and your skincare routine.
Okay, so it's a combination of factors. But knowing this, how can we use our genes to help us get better skin?
Well, it's all about understanding your predispositions and then tailoring your skincare routine accordingly.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're genetically prone to dryness, you'll want to focus on hydrating ingredients like hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and those emollients we talked about.
Right.
And you might want to avoid harsh cleansers that can strip your skin of its natural oils.
That makes sense. It's like being proactive instead of just reacting to problems when they happen.
Exactly. And even if you don't know your exact genetic predispositions, just paying attention to how your skin reacts to different products is key.
So it's all about listening to our skin and giving it what it needs.
Precisely. And speaking of tried and true remedies, we should probably mention petroleum jelly.
Oh yeah, good old petroleum jelly, like a classic moisturizer, right?
It is. Both articles mentioned it, especially for dryness that comes with age. It forms a barrier on your skin and locks in moisture.
I remember my grandmother used to use it all the time. But isn't it kind of greasy?
It can be, yeah, especially if you have oily or acne-prone skin. But for dry, mature skin, it can be amazing. And a little goes a long way.
So again, it's about finding what works for your specific skin type.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Skincare is a journey. Try different things, see what your skin likes, and adjust your routine as needed.
Yeah, that takes the pressure off finding that one magical product, right?
Right. And remember, simplicity is key. You don't need a million products. Just focus on a few good ingredients and be consistent with your routine.
Speaking of consistency, we should probably talk about protecting our skin from the environment, especially from the sun.
Oh yeah, sun protection is so important.
Right, sunscreen every day.
Exactly. Healthline emphasizes that it helps prevent skin cancer and premature aging.
Yeah.
And they also mentioned that smoke, from cigarettes and stuff, can damage your skin.
Yeah, we talked about that before. It's crazy how many things can affect your skin, huh?
It is, yeah. But it all goes back to that holistic approach. We need to protect our skin from the outside and nourish it from the inside.
Totally. Oh, and there's one more thing we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
The mind-body connection.
Oh, interesting. How does that relate to skincare?
I don't know, but I'm curious to find out. So the mind-body connection and skincare, how does that all, fit in?
Well, it's this idea that, how we feel mentally and emotionally can actually affect how our skin looks.
So, if I'm stressed, it'll show up on my face.
Pretty much, yeah. When we're stressed, our bodies release all these hormones like cortisol, and they can cause inflammation and make our skin produce more oil, which, can lead to breakouts and stuff.
Ugh, yeah. I definitely feel like my skin gets worse when I'm stressed out.
Right. And it's not just stress. Lack of sleep can also mess with our skin.
Oh, okay. So what? That gives us dark circles?
Yeah, it can make our skin look dull and even age faster.
Wow. So taking care of our mental health is basically just as important as using the right skincare products.
Exactly. It's all connected, right? So, things like meditation, yoga, or even just spending time in nature can really help our skin too.
It's like they say, happy girls are the prettiest.
Uh-huh, right? When we feel good on the inside, it shows on the outside.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about a lot today, from the importance of hydration and natural ingredients to gut health, and now the mind-body connection. It seems like getting that glow is about way more than just skincare products, huh?
It really is. It's about taking a holistic approach, understanding what our skin needs and living a lifestyle that supports both our inner and outer well-being.
Okay, so where do we even begin? With all this info and all these different remedies, it can be kind of overwhelming.
You're right, it can be. And that's where I think experimenting comes in. Try out some of the things that stood out to you, see how your skin reacts, and don't be afraid to change things up if something isn't working.
So it's all about figuring out what works best for us.
Right, exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to skincare. It's a journey, and everyone's journey is going to be a little different. But the most important thing is to be consistent.
Oh, okay. So if I start using a new oil or if I'm trying to manage my stress better, I need to stick with it, right?
Yeah, the real magic happens when we make these things a regular part of our lives.
It's about forming healthy habits for our skin and for our overall well-being.
Exactly. And remember, taking care of your skin shouldn't feel like a chore. Have fun with it, experiment, and be kind to yourself along the way.
That's great advice. It's about enjoying the process and, celebrating the unique beauty we all have.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, I think we've definitely given everyone a lot to think about today, and hopefully some new things to try, too. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into natural skincare.
My pleasure. And remember, glowing skin is totally achievable. Just listen to your body, try those remedies, and let your inner radiance shine through.